Hey everybody, Sean here, and welcome to Revealing Truth. And special thanks to Gail for sharing this. The person we're looking at today is Randy Kay. In this video, answering the question on whether certain people are in heaven. So let's listen to what Randy has to say and then learn more about him and why there's no way on this green earth I believe him.
Normally I won't. I'm not the arbiter of who goes to heaven or who doesn't go to heaven. But I remember this one mother, and she had asked me that question. And so I usually pray. I'm praying, Lord, please give me something to tell the mother, father, loved one who's left behind. And in that particular instance, the Lord said, and it's happened at least 2 or 3 times now.
Keep that in mind, that God has revealed this kind of info to him 2 or 3 times before.
And in that particular instance, the Lord said, and it's happened at least 2 or 3 times now, the Lord said, tell that mother that her son is with me now. And I'm very careful about saying anything like that. I don't want to give them what they want to hear if it's not from God.
Okay, so first let's look at the realm of possibilities. Could God reveal to someone that someone else was in heaven? God can do whatever he wants. Perhaps in a rare situation, God has given someone a word of knowledge in this area. But to my knowledge, we don't have any examples of God revealing this kind of information to anyone in the Bible, so we have every right to be suspicious of someone making such a claim. And remember, God's revealed this kind of stuff to Randy a few times. But as we're going to see, Randy Kay is no different than Sid Roth and all the phonies he partners up with. And speaking of Sid Roth, Randy was on his show 3 years ago. And yes, he was pushing a product on his near-death experience and going to heaven. And that's another angle many people are using to make money today, claiming that they died for a period of time and went to heaven and met God. Then they write books and travel the world like superstars telling their stories. And some have eventually come forth admitting they were lying the whole time. These are just stories that you either have to believe or not. And with Randy being on the Sid Roth show, selling his product and traveling the world while doing the same, let's just say that's not a good start to having a credible background. And if we go to his site, we'll see that heavenly encounters seem to be a big focus of his. And to join that event, it's going to cost you $280. But for what? To sit around with a bunch of other people that are telling stories that can't be proven and are trying to sell you products in the name of God? No thanks. And yes, as it says here, Sid Roth will also be a part of this event. So we can erase the possibility that Randy's repented since the Sid Roth show. And as you can see, like most of these God merchandising people, he's got a plethora of products to buy. My question is, why does he need to write book after book on the same topic? Unless... That's what I thought. But the most disturbing thing is the crowd he associates himself with. On his site, we see that he's influencing more than 300,000 people and has videos on whether you can lose your salvation that are based on people that have been to heaven and met Jesus. No thanks. I'll get my understanding from the Bible on this topic, not some guy's story that can't be proven. Not to mention, he's another self-appointed prophet by the looks of it. And if you scroll through his videos, it would appear that he's willing to host anyone that's had a near-death experience or has met Jesus. He teams up with people like Alan Didio, who also has a channel like his promoting the most infamous of all false teachers. And Randy also teams up with these false prophets like Troy Black and has said that he's an accurate prophet of God, when Troy is as fake as they come. So, sorry not sorry, I don't believe a word that comes out of Randy's mouth when he's speaking about God telling him who's in heaven. Truth is that if any of these trips to heaven and stories are true, then these people would be considered more privileged than the Apostle Paul, who wasn't able to discuss his heavenly experience at all. But for some reason, people will believe these other people over the Apostle Paul. Anyhow, Randy Kay is someone we've seen in other exposed videos with other people. But if you weren't aware of him, he's another to mark and avoid in the supernatural experiences of the New Apostolic Reformation. So, we'll leave it here for today. But as always, feel free to leave your comments below. And until next time, take care and God bless.